What's going on, guys? It's your main man, Alexander Goodrun, and for you today, I have something very, very special. Maybe not special to you, but definitely special to me, and that's the 1-year review of my dear Marceline. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, we're here for the review, and it doesn't feel like it's been that long, but today is Marceline's birthday. We bought Marceline on the 11th of July, 2015, and she was officially car baptized on the 14th, which there's another very special person whose birthday is today, so happy birthday to you. You know who you are, and you'll probably hit the dislike button, but guess what? Fuck you. It's still a good day, and, well, we won't get into that. But, main thing is, it's 1 year with the Ford Mustang Ecoboost. So, what does that mean? That means that in 1 year, which I'll say this now and I'll say it again later when we're done, we've done 32,660,000 miles with Marceline. And that included trips to North Carolina, Panama City Beach, Fort Myers, Key West, Daytona, Pensacola, Fort Walton, anything in between you can imagine we've done in this car. So we've probably visited all of Florida with Marceline. Let's talk about the overall quality and how it's been this entire year. So at 32,000, which we might as well call it 33,000 miles, the car hasn't given up a beat. There's no major complaints. The only complaint that I do have on the car is that the steering wheel is starting to deteriorate. And it's not even like, you know, I have a douchebag grip all up top. I keep my hands on the 3 and 6 o'clock position because, you know, race car. But the leather's starting to come off on the right-hand side. Not the left-hand side, just the right-hand side, which I think may have to do with the fact that it's constantly touching, shifting, touching, shifting, touching, shifting. So that could have something to do with it. But I'll be sure to get the car back into Ford before the 36,000 mile warranty is over as far as bumper to bumper goes. I think the drivetrain is 60,000, but again, with the drivetrain, we're kind of done with that, if you can't hear that already. But regardless, anything else has been superb. The sync system on the car, which has been updated for you 2016 and on cars. So even though some of you guys may have been experiencing some issues, you won't be experiencing them anymore. That was on point, by the way. So, oh damn, the seatbelt locked. Anyway, so drivability of the car, like I said, the drivability is awesome. We've done a trip to Jacksonville where we kind of tried this whole, you know, mile per gallon challenge thing. And, you know what, let's stay in 6th gear. I know a couple of you guys complain about me switching gears too much. Bite me. Anyway, we drove to Jacksonville, did kind of like a hypermiling challenge, which you up your tire pressure a little, and you basically try to get the best fuel economy while still going at reasonable speed. And we managed, I think it was 32.9 or 31.9. It was definitely in the low 30s, which is adequate with what Ford claimed. It's very difficult, don't get me wrong, because there's many chains where you're just like, I just want to put my foot into it. But if you don't do it and you stay out of, like, moderate boost, you will be fine, and you will get that promised, or what some people call fabled, mile per gallon of 31 or more. There have been some people that have gone die hard and have gotten up to 35, but with all of the modifications I have on the car now, when I reach 30, I am more than satisfied. So I'm not going to complain about 30 miles per gallon in a car that, well, a sports car. So what else do we have? Let's see. Interior is still as luxurious as the day that I bought it. All the electronics still work. The heated seats are heating. The cooled option is still cooling my balls. And, you know, kukas, whatever the fuck you want to call them. So, electronic-wise, everything's still working. There was a incident where the GPS wouldn't, how would I say that? Like, you were driving down a road and the GPS thought you were in the field next to the road, not actually on the road or the house next to the road. But that has since fixed itself with an update, so that is no longer an issue. But other than that, man, I mean, everything is just perfect. The seats are in good shape. And you may think, oh, you know, he's talking about seats, but the car's only a year old. Yeah, but I've done 33,000 miles in this car. That's a lot of fucking seat time. Plus, I'm huge. So, you know, the leather seats are like, man, he's so big and so fat, and all this sweat coming out of his butt crack. You know what I'm talking about. Ass crack, sweat, not good. Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, everything's on point. Gauges are working. Mileage counters, mileage counting. Air fuel ratio is air fuel ratioing. And the access port is access porting. Exhaust, fine. Engine, fine. Drivetrain, fine. Axles, fine. Brakes are still good. I still haven't had to replace the brakes after 33,000 miles. So, and I drive like an asshole. I shouldn't have said that. I drive like I stole the car. So you gotta take that into consideration when I say the brakes are still good, because there will be people like my mother, for example, who will own a car and won't need to replace brakes until 50, 60, 70,000 miles. We used to have a, what the fuck was it? A Honda Element, or was it FJ? We used to have an SUV or minivan type thing. Honda Element, some people might consider a mini SUV or whatever the fuck you call those things, but they still fall into the van category to me, just like the Kia Sportage does. But regardless, we had that car for, I think it was 50 or 60,000 miles, never needed brakes. And we took that car in for regular services at the dealership at that point in time. That's when we first moved here. So, depending on your driving style, the brakes will last you a very long time. And I'm very impressed with how long the brakes have lasted with me. Because, you know, we go to Mexico, we go to Canada, we go to, what is it, Cuba. You know, we go to all those places and do all those things. And the brakes are still good. As far as the tires are concerned, the rear tires, of course, have been replaced because I've done some very stupid stuff in them. And now I'm on the radials. So we have one set that is at around 50% tread wear, and then we have the radials, which are at about 80%. So tire wear for the rear really depends on your driving as well. And for the things that I've done, which you've seen the videos, it's decent. The front tires are still original equipment tires, and they are now getting to the point where I have to replace them, especially the passenger side front. I don't know why, but it's worn a lot more. For example, like, I have maybe 25% left on the driver's side front, but on the passenger side front, I may have 10, 5, if even that, they're worn really bad. So we're going to get an alignment done, make sure everything is set when we get the new tires, and then we'll basically recount it. But I have no complaints about the Pirellis. A lot of people are saying, oh, the Pirellis are garbage, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know, maybe I got a good set, maybe I got an extra sticky set, but I really, really like them. And even the ones I bought after for the rear, they were 10 millimeters wider. They were 265s instead of 255s, and those were still very, very good in my opinion. So what you take from that is your opinion, I suppose, but the performance pack tires are a lot better, and I really enjoyed them. So red light. Okay, so tires. Drivetrain, I haven't had any issues whatsoever. The only issue that I had was with the intercooler pipe, but that was my own doing when I installed the blow-off valve, and it wasn't a factory issue. It was more about fitting it right so it wouldn't blow off anymore. So that wasn't that big of a deal, and it wasn't a manufacturer defect, so that really didn't matter. Outside of that, the cars never skipped a beat. Never. I know there's a couple of people, including, we should call him the trader, who have, you know, experienced issues and such. But again, if you look at not just their videos or his video, it's user error. So again, if you don't do stupid shit, you won't have stupid problems. So as far as the smoking is concerned, I still haven't done the PCV valve job, and as much as I hate to say it, like, I want to do it, don't get me wrong, but it's so flippin' hot working out of the garage. I had a fan going, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to change the oil, change the plugs, empty out the catch can, and just say, fuck it. I will do it eventually, and you will see the video on it, but it's not happening. I don't want to say anytime soon, because it has more to do with the fact, like, okay, I wake up, I'll do it. That's how I am. It's not like I can plan something, you know, I'll plan something car related, but that specific thing will either not happen or I'll do something else. So that really matters. Like my buddy Anthony, he's more like, you know, he gets his stuff, and then the next available free time he has he puts it on. I'm not like that. I will gather things, and then I have like a huge tear down of what needs to go on. That's me. So you'll get it though. You'll get it. So, ooh, that's a new Porsche. Sorry, I got distracted by the new Porscheness. All right, so let's talk about the way the car looks, dings and dents and such. So I have a small ding on the front bumper and little bits of paint missing on the A. Well, this is the B pillar. The A and the B pillar. The pillars up front. And basically what that comes from is just bugs and hitting shit. As far as other people are concerned, you know, I'm very satisfied because you're not going to get away from rock chips and stuff. And I don't have any protective, like what is it, it's not Line-X, it's like the clear stuff you put on the bumpers. I don't remember the name at this point in time, I'm sorry. But I don't have that on there. What I really just do is I clean the car regularly, put the wax on. The other day, I did my first clay bar on the car, and it wasn't really necessary. So as long as you keep it clean, wax it regularly, if you have enough wax build up, the paint chip may not even fall off. But whenever that happened, that probably was when I first got the car. As far as the front bumper is concerned, there was no way I was going to save that because it was a giant fucking rock flying at me, which I'm glad it didn't hit the radiator or the intercooler. So bumper, good job. But outside of that, like I said, man, it's you cannot complain about the car. Hold on. It's so responsive, and this whole new feel it's a whole new experience. And there's a couple of people that have been asking me, oh, you know, you should do this, you should do that. And we're going to get to comparison videos. I have a friend who has a I'm sorry for throwing you under the bus, a Bama tuned Ecoboost. I'm planning on doing a comparison because basically we have the same bolt-ons, but he's Bama tuned and I'm Pro tuned. So we're going to probably hit up the track, do some road driving comparisons, and go from there basically to figure out, you know, if it's worth it to stick with Bama, which I hope there'll be obvious result differences. And basically just do a comparison between the two. As far as the rest goes, Ryan from Purple Drag Tuning, PD Tuning, you are the shit. I've heard nothing but compliments from the people that I've sent you. The Focus ST included. He was ecstatic about what the car could do. And I have another Mustang Ecoboost buddy in California who's subscribed to his services, and it's just good things after good things. So whatever you're doing, Ryan, keep on doing them. I know you're in development of some other stuff. I hope it works out because I would be really excited to get those features on my car. So fingers crossed. But yeah, Purple Drank, PD Tuning, thank you guys so much for all of your awesome work. And you made the car what it is right now. I wouldn't be as happy with a vehicle if it was any other way. So if anything, a big chunk of this perfection goes out to you guys for the work that you do. What else do we have? The transmission is still buttery smooth, no complaints. Clutch is good. I haven't any problems with the axles. That's really it, man. It's just the whole experience with the car has been an absolute pleasure. Like I said, it's never missed a beat, and it's fun. It's fun to drive. It's it's fun to work on. I'm gonna regret saying that. And it's just an absolute pleasure to own. And again, people are like, oh, you should get a Mustang GT. I don't have to get a Mustang GT. I like this car. I will be keeping this car. And when I started this channel, when I got this car, I said we're going to hit 11s. That is still the plan. It has to do with money and funds and all this other stuff. And we are going to get there. This car, Marceline, will hit 11 second quarter mile or better. And once we hit 11s, we may say fuck it and go for 10s. Because I know, like, what is it? Lethal Performance did it, and some other companies did it. But if you own a company, you can throw money at shit all day long. It's not about throwing money at shit. It's about utilizing the right parts and being a regular person to get the job done. I'm not saying that, you know, a big turbo won't happen at some point in time, but it's different because we're not a big company. You know, you'll experience the struggle of getting there with me. Which, with that being said, car's going back on the dyno within the next 2 weeks from tomorrow. That's guaranteed. And then we will find a day to go back to the track, hit up the quarter mile again, and see how much we've improved. I've heard some very bad news about the 16s, which I was amazed, but apparently they were running 14-second quarter miles, factory manual transmission. Now, granted, the person may not have been the best driver, but to me, that's, I don't understand. So, like I said, we will have comparisons, and yeah, I love everything about this car, and I love you, especially you. You know who you are. But that's really it. The drivability, the pleasure of ownership, the maintenance costs. We've gone through all of that in so many different videos, and it's just so fucking awesome. And even now, like, I'm on radials and I'm taking corners and the car still is not missing a beat. It's just, hey, you want to put your foot down? Put your foot down. I got you. Which, it's so awesome to be able to experience this in well, it's not new anymore. Anyway, so again, I want to thank each and every one of my subscribers. You guys are the driving force behind this. And what I'm going to do for you, like I said, I'm not the person to beg you guys for money. I will always make sure you get good shit in return. I had a couple of you guys asking me for Southern Racing stickers. We do have Southern Racing stickers in stock. So what I need you guys to do, if you guys are interested in repping Southern Racing and what it stands for, go ahead and shoot me an email to this email address, and I will make sure to give you guys information on how to buy a Southern Racing sticker. The stickers are going to be $4 each, and each sticker goes directly back into the channel. I mean, we're talking mods for the car, we're talking better equipment, just everything in general to make this channel a better channel. I have huge plans for Southern Racing, but it's just a matter of getting to them. Now granted, if none of you buy any stickers, I won't, you know, cry. I will get all the things that I need eventually. And yeah, it's just, if you like the channel, support it and get cool shit for it. We're currently working on Southern Racing shirts, and there's one individual who is going to get like a, I don't want to call it a swag package because it sounds stupid, but a really good package that'll have a bunch of Southern Racing related stuff, and we'll go from there. But anyway, if you guys want a sticker, email here. I'll let you know what colors I have, and then we do the whole PayPal thing and shit, and it'll be mailed to you the same day or the next day. And outside of that, like I said, guys, I want to thank you all for being subscribers. I wouldn't be anywhere near where I am today if it wasn't for you. Thank you, Ryan at PD Tuning. Thank you, PD Tuning in general. Thank you, Ford. Thank you, Cobb. Thank you to all of my family. Thank you. You know who. I'm not going to say your name, but you definitely know that you helped me with this tremendously, and I appreciate it. Rather or not, you know what? Just drop it. I love you guys. Like, subscribe, share this video if you want to. If you don't, whatever, it's all good. And don't forget, it's not over until you win. You guys have a good day. So we just pop that off really easy. So then what we'll do is just kind of